no man, but that thing, it scares me.
Hey fisherman, Aqua here. And without a doubt, Yu-Gi-Oh can be a pretty expensive game. We have cards that are over $100. But of course, with that, there's all these budget decks, budget options, and techs and such that exist in the game. Now, anyone who watches this channel can tell I really do love the deck Giant Ballpark, and I played it for a really long time. I have quite a bit of deck profiles on it. Now, I didn't always have, lightning strikes, and I didn't always have access to, expensive cards. So I essentially played a lot of different budget cards and engines, and just tried out really anything I could in this deck that I thought was worth it to really give it, get it to the best I could. And I'm going to do a couple of videos just over budget techs and budget engines that you guys can play, because there's always budget players in the game, so to help you all out. So today in particular, I want to focus on one engine that I played, and I'm going to slap it up on the screen. This is the Neos Fusion engine I played, and just kind of what it looked like for the time. We didn't have Verte Anaconda, and honestly, it did its job really well. It wasn't horrible, actually. It was pretty good. A lot of people do think Neos Fusion is bad, and it's only good in Duel Links, but in Ballpark particular, it serves a particular purpose, and it's mainly because of the fusion that we use, which is Brave Neos. Now, I do want to quickly say that Ballpark is a just insane, grind deck. It's an OTK deck, but it can grind intensely. This deck could outgrind could outgrind Sky Strikers when they're at full power. And at the time I was playing bad Ballpark, still outgrinding them like it was crazy. So this engine in particular can help with the grind game, and we'll explain why. I'm going to read Neos Fusion and Brave Neos effects real quick for those of you who don't know. So Neos Fusion says, special summon one fusion monster from your extra deck that lists exactly 2 monsters as materials, including elemental hero Neos. Now, you send those cards listed from either your hand, field, or deck to grave, and bam, you get a fusion monster. And then after this card resolves, you cannot special summon for the rest of the turn. And then if the monster a fusion monster you control that lists elemental hero Neos would be destroyed by battle or card effect, or shuffled back in the extra deck by its own effect, you can banish this card instead. And then elemental hero Brave Neos says it requires obviously elemental hero Neos and a level 4 lower effect monster, and must be fusion summoned. It gains 100 attack for each Neospatian and hero monster in your graveyard, and if it destroys an opponent's monster by battle, you get to add a spell or trap that lists elemental hero Neos in its text from deck to hand. So it doesn't really, Brave Neos doesn't sound too crazy, honestly, but it's its fusion requirements that made it really good in Ballpark when I played it. Because the thing is, as I said, Ballpark was a grindy deck. And what was cool was this actually could set you up for next turn. Now, because it requires a level 4 lower effect monster, you could send Goki Pole, which if you haven't done that turn, Goki Pole, when it's sent to the grave, you can add a level 4 insect monster from your deck to hand, which, if it's a vanilla, you can special summon it and pop, but obviously we can't do that here. So we can either add Resonant Insect, which is a nice starter card, or you could add Aztekapede, the Worm Warrior, if you had a Resonant Insect in your graveyard, which, you could effectively, banish the Resonant Insect, get the Aztekapede out, special summon a vanilla level 4, get a pop, and that's an XYZ right there. So, that's pretty freaking cool. Or, you could just summon the resident insect you get. You could link it away with the Brave Neos and get Aztec or no, Doomdozer, and then banish resident insect to send Goki Pull, and you get stuff. So either way, like, it's really cool because this actually can set you up for, like I said, those combos next turn. Like, it's pretty nice, especially with this deck being really grindy. Now, if you really want to, you could play Elemental Hero Rainbow Neos, which, you can get a common for roughly around $5, which, depending on what you tribute, you can either pretty much blow up your opponent's field, their back row, or shuffle their graveyard back into the deck, depending on what you use as tribute for its effect, which, you could do, but the only issue that it has is, with Neos Fusion, you can't summon anymore, so it does kind of clash with Ballpark a little bit, for like the card's effect. So that does kind of suck, but it's not bad. And what's cool is with Brave Neos, if you do run over something, you get Neos Fusion in your hand next turn. So you actually do have a discard fodder. You have some discard fodder, which is pretty nice. And as like you get protection regardless, though, because of Neos Fusion. But I digress. It was a really good engine. It did its job well, and it's very affordable and cheap. The most expensive card in this picture that I've shown you guys is actually the Brave Neos, which is about $1. Neos himself has had so many prints, and he's got a lot of common prints. You could get him for like pennies. And then with Neos Fusion, you can get the super rares for around 25 cents-ish. And, you do have the prismatic secrets that are roughly around $1. So you could pick this engine up for literally around, like, under $3 to $5. So it's very affordable, very budget friendly. So we're going to go over some more options I played in a couple more videos. But if you guys love this video, go ahead and harpoon that like button, harpoon that subscribe button. You want to see more awesome content in the future, and see more Ballpark budget text. And go ahead and comment any comments y'all's got. I'd love to hear what y'all have to say. And thank you guys so much for watching.